If you're a Canadian municipality today, you may be in the process of developing your own community energy plan, which might involve renewable energy. This might have you wondering what options are best for you, what other communities across Canada are doing, or maybe even where to start. Hi, my name is Emily Finstad. I am lead of projects and research at Quest, and today I'm talking with two experts, Dr. Kirby Calvert and Rebecca Jahns, who were instrumental in the development of Quest's accelerating implementation of Renewable Energy Protocol, also known as the AIRE Protocol. The protocol was launched as a free online resource in January 2021 as part of the AIRE Project to support municipalities across Canada accelerate the implementation of renewable energy and low-carbon energy systems. The project was supported by the Municipalities for Climate Innovation Program, delivered by the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, and funded by the Government of Canada. Rebecca and Kirby are co-founders of Comapping Solutions, a company dedicated to creating custom participatory mapping and geospatial analysis to support community resource management, community development initiatives, and community energy planning. Kirby and Rebecca are joining me today from Hamilton and Grimsby, Ontario. Welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
So I want to get started with a general question for those that might not be familiar with the AIRE project or the protocol. What does the AIRE protocol do specifically?
Well, what we hope that it does is it curates information to support policy development. Municipalities are, as you mentioned, increasingly thinking about developing renewable energy and often don't know where to start. And so what we want to do is, what we have done is identified considerations that municipalities should be making or need to make as they think about their role in accelerating implementation of renewable energy. And we provide some basic research into some of the best practices that have been tried and implemented across Canada. So we think of it as a warehouse of ideas that can support municipalities in their efforts.
And the AIRE protocol has 5 major components, as you know. For example, there's a section on how to map renewable energy resources, and there's a section on how to involve community members and stakeholders in the process. Given these components and the numerous resources in the protocol, where would you suggest a municipality or a community start when they look at the protocol for the first time?
One of the things that I really like about the protocol is that it doesn't have a single entry point. The way that we've designed it is to, we refer to it as meeting municipalities where they're at. So I'm known for speaking in metaphors, so I'll use one here. What we think we've done is we've put together the ingredient list for how municipalities might accelerate and support the acceleration of renewable energy, but we don't necessarily provide the recipe because this isn't really a step-by-step kind of a process. I think the place to start for municipality depends on their existing capacity, their existing knowledge, the kinds of partners they expect to be working with. And it's an iterative process. Municipalities are going to learn as they go and adapt. So we've provided municipalities with, as you say, 5 key ingredients, 5 key considerations, and a whole bunch of resources in order to flesh that out and to get them to better understand what that might mean for them. But they don't have to think of it as a step-by-step process. Hopefully it does what we set out to accomplish. Hopefully it meets them where they're at and where their needs lie.
And let's talk about tools now. What kind of tools or skills does a municipality or municipal staff need when they undertake the work in the protocol?
I think the most important one is a willingness to collaborate. And that means collaborating internally. So community energy planners or those tasked with community energy planning need to develop the collaborative tools to work across divisions within their municipality, with waste management, with land use planning, and also a willingness to collaborate externally with community partners, particularly utilities, local utilities, but also prospective developers and landowners, and the general public. First and foremost is, I know that's it might sound obvious, but I think it's critical to what they need. And the other piece I'd suggest, the other tool, is the willingness to ask tough questions, really difficult questions, and because these accelerating implementation and implementing renewable energy in municipalities, it's not easy, of course. So, those aren't hard tools. Those are soft skills, so to speak. That's what I'm speaking about there is really a culture and a cultural change within municipalities to collaborate and ask the tough questions.
Excellent. And I'd like to shift to your company, Comapping Solutions, and what you're working on now. What's the value of co-mapping to a municipality?
Yeah, so we're very excited with this new venture that we've launched this year. And so if you're a municipality, what we're hoping is that we can greatly enhance your capacity for spatial analysis and community engagement. And in doing that, we would like to help organize and elevate that policy conversation. Knowing where those opportunities exist would be able to improve a municipality's understanding of what policies or partnerships might work in the first place. And then we can also give municipalities a powerful tool of communication to support those conversations that are so important with their partners and the public. What we like to say is a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a map is worth 1,000,000.
Kirby, Rebecca, this has been an excellent conversation. What's next for you?
Well, of course, we'd love to keep working on more projects with Quest because it's always a great experience, and the opportunity to make these improvements and then customize this protocol to any community scenario is really exciting. On the co-mapping front, we are looking to be able to apply our technical and participatory mapping techniques to other types of planning challenges beyond renewable energy even. So that can include natural heritage assessments or cultural heritage assessments, or the design of community service programs. At the end of the day, we're in business to build stronger communities, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Kirby, Rebecca, you provided us with such great advice and information. I'd like to move on to our last question. What's your #1 renewable energy tip or co-mapping tip that you'd like to leave municipalities with?
That's a really good question. I think the biggest one would be that community involvement early in the planning process is key. And participation that can be easily and meaningfully integrated into those planning processes is even better. That's why we love using participatory mapping as one of our key ingredients, because you can get to the root of how people feel about a project and what really matters to them by focusing the conversation on where a project might happen and the implications of its location on other aspects of the community. People have more nuanced thoughts on this than you'd really think in a lot of cases we've found, and a lot of local knowledge that they're really more than willing to share. They just need to be given the opportunity to do it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kirby and Rebecca, for your time and for speaking with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been great, Emily.
And you can find out more about Rebecca and Kirby's company, Comapping Solutions, at www.co-mapping.ca. And as always, you can find the AIRE Protocol on Quest's website at www.questcanada.org/AIRE-protocol.